Let us not dawdle, for there are grudges to settle, and new entries in the Dammer's Cron to write.
Howdy, howdy, Studevil here, and welcome to another online ladder battle featuring the Vampire Coast versus the Dowie. And in this fight we have Count Noctilus himself on his Necrofex Colossus, which is a massive boat with a whole bunch of dead things. This is so awesome. I love the artwork on this thing. So he's actually a really good lord, and his loadout is Captain Roth's Moondial, which summons 2 units of zombie pirate deckhand mobs with a range of 200 meters, which is huge. He has Wraith Storm with the bombardment. He has Arcane Conduit for magic. He has Invocation and a Heck for the heals. He has Drown Dead 4 summons of zombie pirate deckhand mobs. He does have the Hunger for the healing. He does have Smoke and Mirror for 12% speed map wide, which you could argue is not a bad idea for a slow faction like them. Abandoned Ship, which when he's below 50% health, he can summon pirate deckhand mobs out of the bottom of his dead ship, and he has extra powder and all these extra things. Now, for his army, he is quite wide. He has 5 units of zombie pirate deckhand mobs out front, a couple with some chevrons. He does have, I think, 3 units of zombie pirate gunnery mob, 145 range, 17 armor piercing damage, 1, 2, 3. He does have a Mongol Haunter. We know those guys are pretty tough, and they're good in this matchup. He also has 2 Carronades for the cannon fire, and he also has a Rotting Leviathan, and there's nothing special about it except that it is big and does a ton of damage, and it does have looks like missile ammunition. It's 145 range, 14 armor piercing, and lastly he has Rotting Prometheus gunnery mob. So I'm just going to hit play because this is going to take a while to go, and they have 90 range, but they don't have armor piercing. Now again, afraid of Queen Bess, I have brought in the Bugman's Rangers on the corner to go on a stealth mission to get in behind, and I am using Dwarven geometry, so I have my main army here so that I can just hopefully find a good place to meet up in here. So I'm going to bring the rest of my army forward. I do have, this is my basic setup, which we've seen before. It is 5 units of Longbeards, 3 of them with 1 chevron out front. I do have the Dragonback Slayers. I do have 6 units of Bugman's Rangers, all with 1 chevron, 2 of them on our stealth mission. We do have the Grumbling Guard for the armor piercing and for the vigor aura. I do also have the Runesmith, and that Runesmith has the Hammer of Karak draws for the minus 44 melee attack, the Master Rune of, or the Rune of Wrath and Rune, and the Master Rune of Groth One Eye for the plus 8 leadership. And we do have a Rune Lord, and our Rune Lord has the Master Rune of Negation for 44% magical resistance and the Master Rune of Wrath and Rune. So obviously I can't see this coming right here. I'm just trying to get these guys into position. I see the Carronade here and the other Carronade here, so I want to get one sort of up here and one sort of around here so I can engage both simultaneously. I see these guys sort of up and around here, and I'm bringing my Slayers over to this way. And I'm already taking some shots from the Carronades, but it's from my Longbeards. That's why they're out front. They are going to take some shots, and pretty soon I'm going to start issuing commands. So I think I'm going to go this way and just get all of my units sort of engaged, and I'm going to send these guys over like that. And I'm going to start taking shots from these guys, and I'm like, oh, I don't really want that, so I'm going to actually turn them around and bring them back. And these guys are almost, they're not quite. I'm waiting so this gets engaged, then I'll start firing, because I want them to be able to fire as they like. So we've got these guys going here. I'm taking some shots here, and now I am just going to open fire on this zombie pirate gunnery mob, and now I've got the fire open on the Carronade. I'm just going to get there and start opening fire. So we do have these guys, the zombie pirate gunnery mob, coming in the outside, and these guys, I'm just not going to be able to deal with them. You watch what they do the rest of this match. Is absolutely insane. So we have some withering fire going in there, and I've got these rotting Prometheans and the Mongol Haunters kind of juking my Slayers. And they're kind of in the back, and these guys, now I've got this giant Rotting Leviathan is right in the middle of the whole group here, and I do have armor piercing here. I do have some units that can deal with them, and he's summoned some pirate deckhands, but you can see I'm just going to try and get out of the way and get some room to shoot, and I got to get these guys out of the way. Now I'm actually got absolute withering fire onto this Carronade, and my Longbeards are chasing away this zombie pirate gunnery mob. Now, he's going to put a spell in here on this Dragonback Slayers. I must have had made it so they weren't going to chase. It was really annoying because they stopped twice. So I'm going to send them up here. I'm going to notice I'm chasing these guys for no reason. I'm going to send these guys back, send one to shoot here. I've got rid of this and one to shoot there, so I can get rid of these two threats. And meanwhile, you know, he's got another zombie pirate deckhands. Beautiful use of this summons to try and protect his rotting Prometheans. And he's got in here this freaking Mongol Haunter. Now, I'm getting some shots into the Haunter, but he is just running rampant through my back line. And I still have not seen this damn group of Bugman's Rangers, but these guys, perfect example. They've just overwhelmed me. They have free shots wherever they like for the entire match. Now I've got some shots into these guys. I've got some shots into these guys. Their stealth mission is doing good. These guys are going to come all the way back. But my back line is just, he's got all my Bugman's Rangers preoccupied. I am trying to get away from his units so that I can find a good spot, but these rotting Prometheans are sitting in there doing some damage, and they do have ranged attack as well, and this freaking Mongol Haunter is in there too. So I'm trying to get rid of these rotting Prometheans. That's really my focus. I'm going to take a little fire from this guy in the back, but really that is fine. Now Noctilus has sort of been fighting around this front. He hasn't been doing a whole lot. Longbeards are really, really good. So I'm just shooting right into here, right into there, and I'm bringing these guys back. So now I can finally release. I got these Bugman Rangers. They can start shooting into the Mongol Haunter, and he's going to send these rotting Prometheans after me again. This is really irritating. These guys are just fast enough to keep up with me, which is a really, really difficult. Not only have they got Bugman's Rangers have charge defense against large, it's just fine. They're going to be able to take that, and they are a very, very sturdy unit. But still, these zombie pirates are still wailing away on me, shooting into these Bugman's Rangers. I think at some point I'm just going to get frustrated, which I shouldn't, and start shooting them back, because I got to focus, right? I got to take away these Mongol Haunters, then the rotting Prometheans. I got to get these guys back into the right place, and then do something about that. Now these guys are taking a beating, so I got to send them out to take after these zombie pirates. And this whole center bit has been just a one big fight. I am focusing down this rotting Leviathan. Is down to 2,500 health. I've got everyone focusing on it, and he's got Noctilus in here. He has the zombie pirate deckhands. He has a summoned group of zombie pirate deckhands. I have put the Master Rune of Wrath and Rune just to make them die quicker, because I don't really have a good unit to put it on. But you know, and I brought in my, I think I got my Slayers in. The Dragonback Slayers are in here to try and get rid of this rotting Leviathan. You know, and it looks like, you know, he's just lasting and lasting and lasting. Here comes a spell right in the middle. It's going to land on my, well, maybe it's not going to land. I thought it was coming down there. Okay, so I'm getting rid of this Carronade. Got that done. I've got this done. Now I can bring these two guys up and go after this, this unit of the zombie pirate deckhand. Got rid of these guys. I'm maybe gonna send one over here. Now I can get going. These rotting Leviathans are still fighting. This Mongol Haunter is still fighting. I just have not been able to focus myself, and this is the danger of not using focus fire. These guys can just keep fighting, and I'm sure this guy has Mongol Haunter has regeneration, and I'm sure he's used Invocation and a heck on this rotting Prometheans. And now I'm going to bring these guys in and start shooting onto, yeah, this zombie pirate gunnery mob. And this whole blob in the middle. You know, I do have Dragonback Slayers. I do have Longbeards. Everything in here is very robust. I have the +8 leadership from the Runesmith, but he's focusing down the Runesmith. I'm focusing down the rotting Leviathan. And finally, I get the damn thing. So I've got this sorted out. Now I've got the zombie pirate deckhands, which don't do much, and I got to sort out Noctilus. And I've got to get this freaking Mongol Haunter sorted and this freaking rotting Promethean sorted. Because every time I try and run away with my Bugman's Rangers, he catches me. That's the problem. Okay, here goes Invocation and a Hex. So he's going to heal him. He still have 8 out of 9 models. This is ridiculous. I just, complete lack of, a really good play on his part. But, like, I can't get away from him. So every time I get my Bugman's Rangers away, he just chases them down. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do now? I've got this Runesmith is going. I got to deal with this Mongol Haunter. I don't know. I got to figure something to do. I've got my, I think I got my Slayers back here. There we go, my Dragonback Slayers. I'm going to take a little bit of shots. I do have 2 units of Longbeards in here. I have a unit of Longbeards with the zombie pirate deckhands, and his Mongol Haunters is now chasing my units away. I'm trying to chase after him with the Grumbling Guard, and I still have not dealt with these rotting Prometheans. They are just a serious game changing pain in the rear. They still have 8 out of 9 models. So here comes that Mongol Hunter. He is shooting at my Grumbling Guard, and I'm going to start shooting at him. There we go with my Dragonback Slayers. I've decided this Mongol Hunter is going to die. And that is it. I'm going to finish him off. I do have my Rune Lord up here. He's fresh, and now I'm shooting at these guys. I'm sort of finishing this stuff off over here. You know, I've got my unit of Bugman's Ranger, which finally are clear. Well, they look clear, and now here comes the freaking Rotting Prometheans again, so I haven't been able to get clear, and I've got these guys now that I can go in and fight. And I have pulled back my Rune Lord. I just do not want him in with Noctilus. He's a little bit low on health. I don't need him there. Everything is starting to clear out for me. I've gotten rid of this Mongol Hunter. This Runesmith is coming back. Remember, he does have a buff for +8 leadership for everybody, so I want him over here. Oh, I haven't got rid of him. I'm really close to getting rid of him. Where is he? 34 health. There he is. Done. So now it's time to try and get rid of this Rotting Promethean. So I'm going to gather what units I can sort of here. Yeah, you can see right here, because I just want to get everyone together with the leadership aura and the vigor aura. I am getting shot here because Noctilus is going to try and take me out, and just to get everyone's vigor back up so that they are going to have better leadership. And I'm still fighting. Longbeards are fighting here. Frickin' Bugman's Rangers, these Rotting Prometheans. So I'm bringing in another group of Longbeards, and now I am bringing in these Bugman's Rangers to fight straight up with the gunnery mob here. I'm going to bring these guys as well. And right in here, I mean, I've got a full group of Bugman's Rangers and a group of Longbeards fighting Count Noctilus. Now, he does have the Zombie Pirate deckhands. They're not going to do a whole lot. I just want to tie him down while I get this group sort of healed up, because that Vigor Order is going to get everyone to fresh. So fresh, tired, fresh, tired, and fresh. And being fresh and active helps your leadership. It just helps bring it up. Everyone here is shy on leadership. So now I'm finally taking shots again to this Rotting Prometheans, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to send my Dragonback Slayers. I've got to finish these guys, and these guys are going to go. And I have put the Rune of Wrath and Rune on here to try and slow these guys down. Now and when my Dragonback Slayers get there, they're going to slow them down again, and hopefully I can get away. Noctis is still fighting. These guys are still fighting. I'm just happy with what's going on over here. I'm not worried about any of that. I just want to get rid of these Rotting Prometheans, and then I can finish off Noctilus at my leisure. So I want to take these Runesmith away, because he is actually shooting at my damn Runesmith. He only has 66 health, so I want to get him away and around, and just get some shots into the Rotting Promethean. Get everybody over here and finish him off with my Dragonback Slayers. He still has 6 units left. Like, these guys have been unbelievable, and they've got healed a lot. So that is still going on. And now he's coming in. I'm going to send my Lord in there to get the Rune of Negation for the damage reduction, and I'm going to send him in there to kick some butt. Hopefully he kills some of those buggers. Yeah, get in there, buddy. We've got some Slayers coming in. They are now starting to crumble. They still have 6 out of 9 units. These guys are just incredible how long they've lasted. 970 health, still 6 units. There we go. 1's dead. And we still have our Runesmith. He still has 66 health. He's still fine. These guys are coming back, and we are very quickly getting rid of these guys. They have 4 units left, and we have, what, 5 Dragonback Slayers left, which is fantastic. They're minus 53, and they are now gone. So that means I can gather these guys up. I have just been holding Noctilus. I have 2 units of Bugman's Rangers. Remember, they're immune to fear and terror, so even though he causes fear and terror, that doesn't affect them, and they do regenerate, and they're just holding them steady. And this Zombie Pirate deck mob is starting to crumble, and I think, yeah, I'm just going to bring everybody into here, make sure they're all ready to go, and I'm just going to hold Noctilus down until I bring in the units that I want to fight with him. Now, these guys are just going to crumble. I think they got minus 11. I don't know that they're going to make it all the way there. And, yeah, these Longbeards, 17 models, 14 models for these Bugman's Rangers. Yeah, and they might heal. So are they going to heal? 14 models left. No, they're at their healing cap. So I just want to get a few shots into the Zombie Pirates to just make sure the gunnery mob are truly done and dusted. And I'm sending in my Dragonback Slayers to get after Count Noctilus, and I do have some Longbeards in there. And I've just kept my leadership over here. They are very, very hurt, but yeah, now I've got all these guys can kind of come together, and then I can just beat up on Noctilus. And Yeah, the balance of power is only slightly in my favor. He has brought another zombie pirate deckhand mob. I do want to get my Bugman's Rangers shooting into Noctilus, and I want to just continue fighting. He does have some great animations, though. Like, he really, really does. So my Slayers are going to be fighting there. I don't know if he's going to try and leave this bit, but yeah, I think we can pretty much fast forward it from there. Really, I'm just going to send my units after him and slowly whittle him down. I'm in no real rush because I got my Slayers in there. And yeah, here we go. Everyone's in there. I got the Rune of Negation, and away we go. So Count Noctilus, you know, very, very powerful. Yeah, he's got Arcane Conduit going again, trying to bring in some other units. But yeah, he routed my Runesmith again, and my Slayers down to one Dragonback Slayer. Who's going to go first, the last Dragonback Slayer or Count Noctilus? Yeah, he's very, very close. He's starting to crumble. No, he's not crumbling just yet. Yeah, there you go. So we got one Dragonback Slayer and Count Noctilus. Very, very long battle. 15 minutes. This took quite a while to resolve. I do have my Rune Lord in there, and we will bring my Runesmith back, and he's got that leadership buff for everybody. But I do have my Bugman's Rangers back here regenerating. I put them all back here just so they could regenerate just in case something massively weird went wrong here. And I brought him here for the +8 leadership. So that is the battle. Very long. And yeah, Noctilus is very good. And on his giant, he did all right. But really, I left him till last. What my opponent did, he did a really great job of disrupting my backline. Like, he had this Rotting Promethean gunnery mob and the Rotting Leviathan, and I mean, his Carronades got some work done before I got to them with the Bugman's Rangers. But 193 kills with Noctilus, and there's, like, look at this lineup. There is nothing weak in here. That is a ton of kills. 102 with a Morgul Haunter. That Morgul Haunter. The reason that Morgul Haunter got so many kills is A, he played well, and B, I played poorly. I couldn't focus. If I would have focused on him, I would have got rid of him, and then I would have got rid of these damn Rotting Prometheans who got 97 kills. Very good job with these zombie pirate deckhand mobs. I mean, 4, 4, 2, 4, and 7, but they held everything down, and outstanding work. 2 chevrons for this one zombie pirate gunnery mob. They got on the side, and I just couldn't deal with them. I was just overwhelmed, didn't have enough units to do what I needed to do. These guys got 5, these guys got 42, Carronades 30 and 64. So for my units, the Rune Lord got 31, Runesmith 25. The Longbeards performed great as always, 150, 69, 175, 146, and 2. These guys got focused early. I got 39 with the Grumbling Guard, 159 with the Dragonback Slayers, and with the Bugman's Rangers, 62, 5, 11, 11, 168, and 121. So a good, fun fight. Very, very close. Definitely seeing some great builds and interesting builds with the Vampire Coast. Again, the Dowie have a big advantage in this matchup. I think it's just a clear, just a faction advantage. It's just one of those things that is going to be hard for the Vampire Coast to find really strong builds against the Dowie. I think eventually they're gonna. They always do, but they're probably going to look a little bit strange because you know, when the Dwarfs have such a big advantage against the Vampire Coast, you can bring a lot of different builds and they'll all work. But when your faction has a weakness against another faction, like, you know, the Dowie playing against the Chaos or the Dark Elves, you have a disadvantage. So not that many builds work. So you got to take more risks in your build. But I thought this was a great build, incredibly well played, really, really fun match, and you know, it just shows no matter what, if you play poorly, like these, like almost all my Bugman's Rangers got a chevron. These two guys got 2 chevrons. So the Bugman's Rangers were still amazing in this matchup. But yeah, really well played and really fun matchup. And no Queen Bess. So 2 games in a row, I was ready for Queen Bess and no Queen Bess. Oh yeah, that's exactly how it works. So anyways, don't have much to go over. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear if you've worked on any builds with the Vampire Coast, if you played with any Dowie builds against the Vampire Coast, and your thoughts on the matchup. Very long, drawn-out game. And Count Noctilus, very solid. Very solid in this matchup. Way better than I thought he would be. That's for damn sure. So anyways, look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you soon.